Hey everyone, welcome back. We are here. This is the second episode. Izzy, we did it. We got one in the can.
One, and now here's the next one.
Here we go. First and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on with you? How are you doing?
Just gathering myself, experienced the morning rush this morning, and I'm not talking about traffic.
No.
I'm talking about the morning rush that so many of us experience at the peak of go time.
Yes.
Break it down, Izzy. What am I talking
the
about?
morning
because people
rush
might not know what we're talking about.
The morning rush is the fuckery that you experience when you are trying to get your kids out of the house in the morning. Whether it's like to get in the car to go to school, whether it's to get them on the school bus. And it doesn't always have to be just the morning rush. It could be the afternoon rush. It could be the evening rush. It's anytime you need to leave the house. They are walking like a bunch of turtles, stampeding in fucking molasses. Okay?
Listen, I've started saying you're not allowed past this point anymore because it's the back and forth that drives me crazy. It's we're already at the door, and then now you're back at the other end of the house, and now you are no longer where you need to be, where your shoes are. And why do the shoes take so long?
Oh, and that's if they aren't like looking for the shoes. Like literally, I don't know, this is like a toddler thing or it's just all kids, but Marley used to do this shit and now Bailey does it. And it's like, okay, well, go get your shoe. Well, where is it? I'm like, it's right there. Like looking around, like literally like it's under your foot like it's right there. Can you just go, but it's over here. Why are you walking over there? It's if you just look down with your eyes, look with your eyes. I tell them multiple times a day, look with your eyes.
Look with your
eyes. Look with your eyes. They can't find it.
No. And I just want to know, like, because my son's younger than your girls. Does it get better?
No, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. In fact, I can strongly confirm it fucking gets worse. Okay? Because Marley's even worse.
Is more stuff?
No, it's just Marley's even worse. I don't know. Like every single morning, I'm like fighting for my life to try and get this girl up and ready and like at a good pace. Bailey is actually pretty quick to get ready in the morning, but Marley takes 7 million years.
And is it because she's like on the Velcro shoes and she's on the shoestring shoes, or like are they both wearing slip-ons?
Just like moving slow, or like I'll go get her up, and then I'm like, okay, feet on the ground, like get out of the bed, like feet on the floor, okay, and then I leave the room and then I come back and she's back in the bed. I'm like, what are you doing? You need to get up. You need to put your clothes on. Like let's get it moving. Oh, okay. Come back. Standing in the middle of the room. What the fuck are you doing?
Listen, it's such a high contrast. So how I'm feeling, the come down, how I'm feeling is such a difference from last night. I'll tell you what happened last night. So, we're not here to do music reviews or anything like that, but I will say that Andre 3000 dropped his new album, which everyone's calling the Flute album. That's where the wind blew him, is what he said to GQ magazine. But this album is mostly him playing flute or wind instruments, right? And he dropped it last night at midnight. Now, I have not stayed up past my bedtime for anything quite like this in a very long time.
Yeah.
But I stayed up, I hit play, and I was transported to a Zen full garden with butterflies and peace and warmth, and it was everything that this world needs right now.
It's like meditation music, like zone out Zen. Yes. It's not like you're gonna rage fest at the gym. It's like the
wusa. Anyone goes to the gym and plays this album,
and there's some psychos out there that they'll be like hitting the bench press so hard, like those memes or those things that you say, and then like whole time it's like
listen, anyone who can go to the gym and play this album and get it in, I applaud you, because for me, it put me in a state of absolute just satisfaction. Like I was thinking a lot. I was reflecting a lot for the first little bit, and then I started to just like release my mind and let my conscience be free. And I'm now singing a song, but it let me do
Free
that.
your
And
mind.
so thank you to Mr. Andre 3000 because he hasn't dropped an album since I believe 2006. So to
Oh,
come out,
snap.
yes, that's a long, long time. Did I tell you that I saw him?
No.
He sat next to me at a restaurant.
Ooh.
I went to a restaurant in LA with my best friend, and we went to go get sat at our table, and he was right next to
Have
me.
arrived, honey.
And I said, "Let me eat my food in slow motion." I became our children. I was like,
Like a sloth.
"Appetizer, yes, please." I was a sloth. I didn't want to leave. There was nothing happened. There wasn't any
Just he was just
exchange
there.
other
No.
than he was just a patron, just having a time.
Yeah.
So if that happens again, the same thing will happen. I will sit there calmly and quietly. He is to be respected.
Mm-hmm.
Lots to talk about today.
A lot.
Last week was a time.
Yep.
Went to the show.
Yeah. Okay. So how was it? No. Let me rewind. Okay. The first thing, because I'm sure it was amazing. Was she on time?
Do you want to know who was late?
Who? Wyclef. You.
Me.
Of course.
Not my fault. Not my fault. So, first of all, Vancouver. Why is parking $40 at 8 p.m.? Mm-hmm. And why are all the streets marked with
no parking? Yeah.
On a long weekend when it's not a long weekend zone. It's not Granville Street. It's not. And for those of you wondering what is Granville Street, that would be like me saying Melrose or just a high traffic area, Times Square type of thing. There is nothing happening around the stadium, and they close off all the parking. And so
you see the scam. The
option was to walk all the way from Chinatown to the stadium. So we had to do that. Mind you, I had it timed perfectly. I know her. I know when she gets on stage.
Yeah.
Right? I had it all figured out. But anyways, the experience is a lot different than the week before concert.
Right.
In the sense that we entered through the underground. So we went through the back end. We got chauffeured in. Mm-hmm. It was a whole wristband situation.
Mm-hmm. Banded up,
orange band, and went in. And when I walked in, and it was funny because the staff there, they were so happy. They were like, "She's on stage. She's on time." And we're all shocked. And I'm like,
everyone was shooketh to the core.
Shocked. That's rude. Don't be shocked. I was just happy to be there. And I was just happy that I don't care if she's late, on time.
Who cares? She can be 27 hours late. We're still going to wait.
But listen to a couple things that happened. So I get to my spot. It's general in the front. So you're just standing. Okay. There's no seats, right? I get to my
just
spot.
In the front, it's like that, and then everybody else has
just
the others,
front, and then everyone else.
The others have their seats.
Listen, quite a huge contrast from last week where I was all humble. There I was, front and center, and the outfit was outfitting.
Okay,
I was very proud of myself, and I was standing there, and there's something that she has. It's very similar to like a Whitney Houston voice where like the emotions, like the emotional charge that she sends you is so, we
get just goosies, like just goosebumps. Like there's a reaction.
Immediately. And so I'm standing there, and every single time I've seen her, she's always made me cry. Every single time. I don't know what it is. I don't know what song it is that triggers me, but all of a sudden I'm like, boom, tears, right? So I'm standing there and I start crying, and Justin sees me, and he's like,
"Are you okay?"
And he's like, "Oh my god!" Like, I think she was singing Zion, and which is the song.
Yeah.
And I started crying, and for her, it must have been so funny. Like, if she did see me walk in, which I highly doubt she did, but if she did see me, she saw a woman walk in, get to her spot, and then start crying. Like, that to me reads, what drugs are you on right now? Okay. To which the answer is no chemicals, nothing. But I started crying, and I'm bawling my eyes out. Tell me why this very kind woman, I'm going to call her a very kind woman because she's a very kind woman, walks up to me and goes, "Hey, so like I recorded a podcast episode with you. My name is such and such," and da-da-da-da, and starts talking to me. I'm bawling. Like, this isn't like trickle, like Denzel Washington, the one.
Read thing. The room.
I'm like, Viola
No. You
Davis,
thought you thought she was about to come
rush
like
of,
with a tissue or something.
yes. I thought she was gonna like hold my shoulder and be like, "It's all right, girl. We're in this together." Like I was expecting that energy, but no, she was like, "You remember me, right?" I was like, I can't even see you because there's so many tears
Yeah. I'm
covering your
sorry, what?
eyes. Like you're blurred out right now. And I even said to her, I'm like, I'm bawling. Like I said it to her, like in a casual, funny way, but I was like, I'm bawling right now. Like I'm so and then I tried to like rush the situation. So I was like, it's great to see you. And I gave her a hug because I was like, I needed a hug. Like in that moment, I was
Yeah.
like, this is very strange. Nothing is happening. Anyhow, show was great. Wyclef is amazing as well. They did. It was so great. It was so good. Justin shook his hand. He reached out in front and like
Yeah.
it's going to be a debate for a long time in
Okay.
their
Yeah.
relationship.
Mhm.
But he got out there. The other crazy thing that happened was I saw so many people that I haven't seen in such a long time. But the first person I saw when it was all over was the first person I went to her first show with.
Oh,
Like the
really?
first time I saw her, yes, he
Wow.
was
So
there.
random.
And it was so random. And mind you, we saw her at Sound Academy in Toronto
Oh.
like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so this guy had moved to Vancouver and I was like looking at him. I'm like, I know that guy from somewhere. I was like, where do I know him from? And I was like, oh my God, that's my friend. I was like, oh my God, that's my friend. I was like, but it was one of these things where you haven't seen someone for so
Yeah.
long. And then when we saw each other, we were so happy. And he's like, listen, that like first time we saw her just put me on the bandwagon. Like I'm
He's
Lauren
been
Hill
chasing
stan
her ever
forever.
since.
So yes. Um, so speaking of chasing ever since and seeing people after a long time, you and I, believe it or not, saw each other a lot this year.
A lot. Like
Let's
more,
talk
I
about
feel like
that.
more this year than like the
Yeah.
past few years, like
Mm-hmm.
combined.
Combined. We saw each other a lot. I'm proud of us
We
because
did good.
in friendships, that is very difficult.
Mhm.
Um, and when you see someone when you haven't seen them in a long time, I think what's always funny is what you learn about them,
Mhm.
right? And I will confidently share that you learned that I have a strange
It's
phobia.
very strange.
Um, I've nicknamed it Parkophobia,
Park.
which is this.
That's parkophobia for you people watching.
Let's spell that.
Parkophobia. Park, like where you go with swings and swing sets, and they used to have the merry-go-round that would tear your ass up when you were little.
Oof.
Parkophobia.
Yes. Parkophobia is a fear of being in playgrounds. It doesn't matter if it's my own kids or other kids, but I cannot watch kids in like near fall situations. I get like an electric chart. Like it's just like I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. My breathing gets like it
It's like
is
legit anxiety.
horrible. Yeah, the worst anxiety, and it just gets worse and worse depending on how many people I care about are running around in the park. So this time it was my son, your daughters. It was too much. It was too much all at once, and I was standing there trying to cover up my parkophobia, but I was like looking down at my cup that I was drinking from and like looking off to the side. But it's a real thing.
For you. For you,
So
it's
I
a real
wanted
thing.
to
Yeah.
ask
For you.
moms, dads, people, if any aunties, uncles, if anyone has a phobia that is very similar to parkophobia, please let us know in the comments. Do you have a phobia, whether it's a real one or?
So I don't have like a phobia per se, but I
Mhm.
do have this like reoccurring nightmare, and then maybe it is a phobia. I don't know, that I'm like sitting either like on a couch somewhere and my feet are up, like so your legs are out straight, and somebody just comes and sits on top of your knees and they just snap. It's like this weird, yeah, it's like my biggest fear in life. Um has it ever
You need to go
happened?
to the movie theater.
Absolutely not. But like, I feel like it's like some kind of final destination shit. Oh, you know what? No. Let me rewind. My phobia is because of
Okay.
Final Destination. I absolutely will, absolutely cannot drive behind any type of log truck.
Oh yes,
They
yes,
have
I get
ruined
that.
our lives. Shout out to all these like little teeny tiny like people like Gen Zs and those people that never watched it and never like that was never a thing for them.
Felt it.
I don't care
Yeah.
where I am. I don't even care if we're like a couple lanes over. A few summers back, driving to the zoo in Vancouver with Tama, kids in the car, and there was a log thing, and I'm like screaming, and I'm like, pull over! Like, get over! Get the fuck over! Like, get away from this! Like, go! And so we like veer off and like take the next exit and then wait for it to go and then like hop back on because it can happen. And then I saw an Instagram post where it did happen. Boom, pew, log through the windshield. Yeah, it's a real thing. It can happen. Final Destination ruined our lives. Like, shout out to all the people who have never seen it. They're just walking around, have no care in the world about the log trucks.
Just pulling up behind logs.
Yeah. Just
listen, we got a lot of lumber out here, so I drive in a
can't do
dangerous place. But what's the lumber? I mean, this is way off topic. What's the lumber like in like what's the movement like in Atlanta? Like, do you have
I haven't really seen any since we've been here, I will say. Donald's hometown is like a logging community though. So every time.
Well, I thought it would be really fun to ask you a couple of questions because a lot of people don't know whether or not they have a phobia until they're presented with it. For instance, I was going to parks all the time,
right,
but I didn't have this phobia until I had a child, right, and then it started to develop itself. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to say a couple phobias and you're going to guess what. Okay. And I can't read when it comes to phobias, so we're going to see what happens here. First one is trypophobia. Trypophobia.
Is it like a fear of meat? Some kind of meat? Like you're scared of tripe? Like isn't tripe like a meat? Like a cut of meat?
No. Lean into the word meat. You're it's like a Jace where you're going with this. I'm just going to give it to you. It's the fear of circle clusters.
What?
So like you can't go.
So like, okay, so any type of like, so like grapes, like if they're grocery shopping and they see like some grapes, they're going to lose their shit.
Yes.
Interesting.
Or like people or like.
Oh, like if they're in a circle, a cluster of people in a circle.
Like clusters.
Oh my God. That's awful. You got to stay home. You can't, it's everywhere.
There's a lot of clusters.
Lots of clusters.
Next one is, and this one I think we both have a little bit. I'm definitely pronouncing this wrong. Atachiphobia.
Atachiphobia?
No, not attach. Atichiphobia.
Attaché?
Yeah.
Attaché phobia?
Attaché.
I don't know. It's a fucking Velcro or something. Something getting stuck on. It sounds like something getting stuck on you. Attaching.
Girl, it's the fear of failure.
Oh, everybody has that.
Everybody has it. I think we have it.
We definitely have it. Yeah.
And we talked about this. Actually, I have some good news. I'm going to take a little bit of a detour here. I have some really good, incredible news to share with you. We started this podcast last week. We restarted, I should say. We already.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't last week, but okay. Yeah.
We're deep. And I'm not one to like stare at statistics and stuff and numbers and stats and stuff, but this time I want to. This time I want to because I don't want us to fail. I want this to feel and grow into something that is bigger than us. And to do that, we have to manifest it and we have to tell people and share the truth. So I am here to share with you that our stats for viewers and listeners last week, and this does not include Apple, because I can't remember my password. This does not include iTunes.
The millennial struggle. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Our viewership was 6,707 listeners and counting.
That's pretty good. I don't even know that many people, so that's bomb.
Me neither. I don't. And so I'm really proud of us, and I wanted to just give us a round of applause.
Yes, and hopefully this week will be 7,000 plus.
Let's run it up.
Let's run it up, man. Just run it up.
Run it up. To have a podcast requires a lot, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I just want you to know that I'm proud of us.
Love it.
We are doing amazing, and the people are here for us. Next one is Thanatophobia.
Thanatophobia?
Yeah.
You're scared?
Oh no, sorry.
You're scared of Thanos?
Thano, um, Thanatophobia. I have to really bring my reading cheater glasses next time.
I don't know. You're scared of that toe? That toe phobia? Is it like you don't like feet? Thanatophobia?
Woody Allen has this, which doesn't really give a great hint. Fear of death.
Oh, I mean, isn't everybody scared of death?
I think some people are not. I mean, look at those people.
Those are the people that never watch Final Destination. Anyways, okay, go on to the next one.
Bring it back around.
Let's reel it back in.
Nosophobia.
Nosophobia? You don't. This is somebody that just has no phobias at all. No, not a fucking phobia. They are this. This is a zero fucks person. They don't care. They don't have no phobia.
We all had nosophobia in the past couple of years.
Oh,
which is fear of developing a disease.
Oh, coronaphobia.
Mm-hmm. Easy one, arachnophobia.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Are you really
scared? Oh God, I can't stand them.
I'm not scared of them. It's weird.
Oh, disgusting.
I'm not happy to see them, but I don't have like a fear.
Yeah, but like if your son came and was like, I want to get a tarantula as a pet.
Like for that.
Yeah.
House? No.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't. I don't want to see them in my house in a cage, and I don't want to see them at all. No. Period. Dot.
This might actually be more of who you are. Actually, no, this is not who you are. This kind of goes with the whole Final Destination thing, but vehophobia.
You're scared of cars?
It's a fear of driving.
Oh.
But you don't have a fear of driving. You love driving, right?
Oh, I definitely don't have it. Listen, I get it. People are probably scared of me while I'm driving. The little tinge of road rage turn into ludicrous.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've been on those.
Yeah.
I've been on those calls. The last one that I found that is very related to MUMGRY is Arachi butterphobia.
It's Arachi buddy. Oh, okay. Arachi butterphobia. Is they're scared of peanut butter?
They're scared of the sensation of peanut butter on the roof of your mouth. Unrelated to MUMGRY, because MUMGRY actually does not do that for me.
No, it's not that. You don't get that.
Other brands do that.
You don't get that.
Not adding anything to it, right?
That's them others. Them other brands.
That's when it gets nasty. So we definitely do not have that. Next, I wanted to get into something with you because 'tis the season for Thanksgiving.
Oh, for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's this weekend,
yeah.
right?
No. It's next week.
Next week. Okay.
Next Thursday.
Wow. We're really ahead of things over here. Traditions. I have had new traditions introduced in my family, but I wanted to ask you, do you have any traditions right now that you love or that you can't stand?
Okay, so let me be clear, because, growing up as a Canadian Thanksgiving is in October. So once Thanksgiving is done, then it's Halloween. And then once Halloween is done, we flip it into Christmas, right? In America,
no one flips faster than you.
Nobody flips faster than me, and especially even here. But in America, Thanksgiving is in November, the end of November. So there's this it's kind of taboo. Like, oh, a lot of people will wait till after Thanksgiving to put up their Christmas tree. I don't give a damn. Halloween is done. Let me crack out I'm flipping it to Christmas. So I have Christmas stuff up already. I've got freaking garlands up. I set up the garland. The kids' tree is there because my tradition is like, okay, yeah, like it's fun to, hang up the things, but maybe that's a phobia. I don't like when my kids are putting all the ornaments on the bottom of the tree and the tree looks like shit. So they have their own tree now.
Oh, so the
Yeah.
claustrophobia is
So the
applies.
clusterfuck will be on their tree. You put this on your tree. Your tree can look as
Wait,
shitty as you
whoa,
want.
whoa, whoa.
Do not
Time
touch
out,
my
time
tree
out.
now. Do not touch it.
Izzy, I just completely missed something here. You have a tree for your kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then a tree for you.
Oh, yeah. So when they were...
Did you tell them there's two Santas? Like,
No,
what
there's
are you
only
doing?
one Santa. Santa brings a small gift because some random fat man is not going to take credit for all my hard work. He brings one small, inexpensive gift, and all the other gifts are from mommy and daddy. Anyways, that's a whole nother episode. But ever since they were little, because, like, let's be honest, like, kids, especially young kids, toddlers, babies, they're like kind of like cats when it comes to the Christmas tree. Like,
Okay.
you either have to put all the stuff up high or because they will snatch it off. So from the time that like they were born, I got like a felt. They literally have like kids trees where it's like a felt tree that goes on the wall. The little ornaments Velcro on. They can do whatever. Now they're older. So last year, after Christmas, for like $9, I got this little 3-foot artificial tree pre-lit from Target for like super cheap. And then they have their ornaments. So that's their tree. It's towards the front of the house now, like right when you come in the door. And that's the one that they will decorate. You can put whatever ornaments you want. Beautiful. Just do it over there. Yep. Looks great. Yeah. No. I'm going to do this. It's okay. Go to sleep. I will take care of my tree. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
It's just
a little 3D mini tree just for
yeah.
them.
They have a really it's like a miniature tree, but Dollar Tree also has miniature trees too, like like ones that can go on your desk or whatever. So yeah, please don't touch my tree. That's it.
So when you decorate your tree, you're all by yourself.
I will be this time. Yeah, yeah. In the past, like they help here and there, but then I always have to go back and it's just double work. So now they're old enough, like just stick to your own tree. Because then you got to replace stuff. Because then it's like all the stuff is at the bottom. All stuff is on the one side. Like that's when I get claustrophobia. Okay, claustrophobia right there. This is called Noellaphobia, and I don't want anybody fucking up my Christmas. That's it. I don't want it.
I just imagine you just putting the little popcorns on the string.
Oh. No, and we're not doing that. No, gross.
You don't do the
No, we don't do the popcorn. They do have their little ornaments that they make at school. I do keep those. I'll put them on the big tree in a nice spot. But the popcorn, that's nasty.
Yeah, I've never done the popcorn.
I don't think even as a child I've ever done it. Like, I think that's like some TV. I don't think, is that real? Like, do people really do that?
I think you gotta have a really good pest control situation because, like, I grew up in the project.
Girl, the roaches would be all over the tree. Like, what? No, absolutely not.
Done.
No.
And plus, that's wasting food.
Yeah.
It's already.
What do you mean we're about to buy this bag, pop it, and then string it on a string? No. No.
Put it in my mouth.
No.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, that's my tradition. Yeah, I'm not really big on Thanksgiving. Donald loves Thanksgiving. He cooks, we have started frying. I got an electric turkey fryer though. We deep fry our turkeys and it's lit.
Would you say that Americans are more enthusiastic?
Oh, they love Thanksgiving. They love Thanksgiving.
But then
there's like a debate on my social media. It's literally a debate where people are going back and forth with like, it's too early to decorate your Christmas stuff. And like, I went and I heard a Christmas song. Like, it's too early for Christmas songs. Like, ain't nobody playing there is no Thanksgiving bangers, okay? There's only Christmas bops. You're not coming in and we're not going into Kroger or Target and you're going to hear like, I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. Like, that's not chickens. You name it. No, I want to hear Mariah as soon as I walk in. Okay? I want to hear the bells.
I just think it's all too close.
It's too close. That's why it's really nice that Canadian Thanksgiving is ahead of time. And you have time. Like, no. Then it's too many feasts close together too. Like the Thanksgiving feast and then boom, Christmas dinner. Like, oh, it's a lot of food.
I mean, on the one hand, you're seeing your family. There's some ticket saving that can happen there when it comes to like flights and stuff. But I don't think anyone's staying for that.
Nobody's staying. Who's staying? The retired people. Those people that don't have jobs and can stay. Those are the ones. Everybody else got to get back to work.
Back to work. I have a few traditions. that have developed over the years. One that's developed in the past couple of weeks is my son wants to make waffles with me every single weekend.
Oh, I love that though.
And that's
I
cute.
love that.
I enjoy
Mm-hmm.
that. But it's one of these things where it's, you noticed I said weekend,
Yeah.
meaning both Saturday and
Oh,
Sunday.
every day.
So even if we make a stack
Oh, I was
of
like, so we
like
can't just refrigerate
10,
them and
no, there's none of that. It's fresh. Let's get it popping. So every single weekend he wants waffles on waffles. And then it's great for me because then during the week I get to eat waffles on like a Tuesday, which
got
is
the
wild.
rollover. Got the rollover waffles.
Yeah, I have to roll over waffles. But um other than that, we have little cute traditions here and there, like, every single night he wants to like sing a little Bob Marley tune. And so like there's that going on. But yeah, I feel like traditions are so good, and I think that people should definitely get into
Yeah.
them and develop some. So if anyone has some wild traditions or fun
I want to
traditions,
hear.
whether they're related to the holidays or
Just in
not,
general.
we would
Mm-hmm.
love to hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please share. Um, I did want to ask you a really tough question, which is, if you were to have Thanksgiving dinner cooked by two people, first being Martha Stewart
Mm-hmm.
or the Patti LaBelle, who are you going with?
So I definitely need
And I want to know why.
Patty to cook the dinner.
Ooh,
But I
okay.
do need Martha to come and, do the arrangements and the like set the table and like have it looking all.
You can't do
No, I
that.
don't care.
You can't
She
do
doesn't she's not coming here to cook. I don't care. She's not coming here to cook. Um I would like maybe Martha to attend and she can just drop some of the prison stories, about her time on the inside. But I need Patty to cook and I need Patty to bring Patty's pies. If you have never had one of Patti LaBelle's sweet potato pies, you need to get in on it, okay? Like,
I've never had one. I've
oh
never had
my
one.
goodness. They even sell like a miniature version of them now. They're so freaking good.
Oh.
My neighbor, like Maureen, literally, I was on the phone with her today and she was like, "Oh, if you go out, like, can you grab me? I need one of Patty's pies. I need one of the peach cobbler." And I was like, "Yeah, I got to go out today and secure the pies for Thanksgiving." Right? Like, no, the pies are next level. When they first came out in Walmart, they used to be sold out with a quickness. Like people would be lined up, camping out, and then that's
Right.
it. Now they're there all year round, which like is a testament to how freaking amazing the sweet potato pie is. Cause like you literally can just go on, oh, I'm just gonna go get a sweet potato pie for Tuesday. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's time for pie. So good. So I
I'm
will
still
bring
stuck
the
on
next
how.
time I come, I'll bring you the small one. They're freaking so delicious. And I was like, I was a diehard, like, I love pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. Like, I would eat it
Yeah.
like for breakfast after Thanksgiving. No, I was flipped. Sweet potato is my new thing. The kids, Marley literally wrote on the shopping list up there, sweet potato pie, and then in brackets, full sized one. Like, not, she's like, Mom, don't come in here with the miniature. We don't need any individuals. We need
Well, I was gonna say, when you
the
said
whole.
you're gonna bring me the miniature, I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no like restrictions with
I
TSA
mean,
about
but
bringing a
like
large one.
TSA was crazy when Ashley brought me my roasted red pepper and garlic seasonings from Canada. And
Okay.
it's powder. It's a powder. They literally dumped half of it out. They're like, oh, you're over the personal limit. Like, there's a personal limit for seasonings?
There's a powder limit.
For seasonings? No. I don't, anyways, so she had to dump it out. So I don't know if they will find out, somebody going to snatch up the pie. So I'm going to have to bring some small ones and I'll bring multiple small ones. But yeah, because I just know if I come with the full size pie, like it's not going to fly. Literally, they're not going to let it fly. Like somebody will be eating it in the break room.
I have never wanted to try something more in
So
my life.
delicious.
It even sounds sweet to say. Like when you were saying, your neighbor, like I love the sound of, I'm just running out to grab some patty pies. You want anything? Like, or even the person saying, can you bring me home some of Patty's pies? Like that has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole ad.
It's a whole ad.
Like it
was like a whole viral thing, especially in the Black community. Like if you ask somebody when it first dropped, like it was like a thing. Like people were like, yo, does anybody get one of Patty's pies? Like, is it there? They're that good. It was limited edition. And now it's like, Monday,
every
Tuesday,
day.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can get the pie. It's there all the time. But they're only at that one retailer. I haven't found them anywhere else.
Only at Walmart
Yeah.
exclusively.
She must have some kind of like real good locked in exclusivity deal because only there.
Wow. Only there. This is not
It's
an
not
ad.
an ad. Although Patty might need to sponsor me because I would be out here slanging pies.
We're
Those
up.
pies are delicious.
We
Next
are.
level. You don't
We
you can
are.
like it's very rare that you can just eat a pie just as is. Like you don't even really need whipped cream.
I was gonna
You
say, does it need a little whip?
I love my whip. So I'm gonna put it on
Talk
regardless.
to me about. Hey, we're not gonna hang on this forever, but because the coins are not coming.
The coins are
through
not
today.
coming through, so
But
we need to
I
move
would
on. But
love-
I do love yeah.
But I just need one thing clarified for me. Talk about the crust,
The crust is good.
because for me,
It's
the
not a
crust is
dry,
my vibe.
crumbly crust. I don't like a dry, crumbly crust. It is the whole pie is a well-oiled machine. Everything just goes together. It is delicious. She needs,
I'm about to
you know
put
what
this
she
order
needs to do?
tomorrow.
You know what? I don't even want to say because she's going to take the idea and then she's going to be making even more coins. She needs to sell that pie crust on its own too. She need to come out with the pie crust line because the pie crust is really good in that pie. I don't know
You
what it
heard
is.
it here first.
I'm about to patent
You
this.
heard it here first. Patty's pie
Yeah.
crust.
Yep.
See, I thought that your reasoning for having Patty LaBelle versus Martha cooking for you was going to be that the fact that you get entertainment.
Oh yeah, can you?
Like you get.
She might come out with a
you get
Thanksgiving
this
bop.
whole-
Yeah.
Right. You get the singing, you get the cooking, you get the. I mean, her personality alone
Yeah.
is. I want to be around
Yeah.
forever. For sake of argument, I'm just gonna say Martha right now only because of what you said, which is she is going to make my dining table look like nothing I've
Ever.
ever seen
Yep.
before.
Yep.
And my clothes are gonna feel
She's
better.
gonna come through with the decor.
The food's gonna taste better because of that. It might be less seasoned.
I know. I was gonna say the thing with Martha, like, and I do love me some Martha, but you are gonna have to come behind and add a little. You're gonna have to add a little. You have to zhuzh it up a little bit. You will have to season it a little
I love
bit.
Martha so much. Martha
You'll be
is-
kicking. Oh, Martha, yeah, smells so good. Tony Satchers. Some garlic powder. Gotta be heavy with the seasonings. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I love Martha. So we're talking a lot about food today, which is
Yeah.
great. One thing that I saw online that Oreos.
Listen.
Listen, I'm going to preface by saying there is nobody on this planet that has a deeper relationship. I mean, there probably is, but I have a very profound relationship with Oreos. Oreos are literally on my vision board. If there is a collaboration with MUMGRY and Oreos one day, I will faint. It is the company that I have admired for a very long time. I hope you're listening. Let's make that Oreo MUMGRY cookie. I love them, but the streets are talking. And what they're saying is, finish my sentence, because
What they're saying is
don't
they're
even wanna
getting
say
real
anything bad about
stingy. Oreos are scamming. Now, I too have a very deep love for Oreos, okay? So much to the fact that when they dropped the most stuffed, like above the like double stuff, like this was the most stuffed and it was like,
Wait a minute, that didn't even hit.
oh
our
yeah.
ears. I
Okay,
didn't
so
see
this
that.
is I am an Oreo connoisseur, honey.
Wait, the most
It was like
Like
it was like quadruple stuff. Like they were thick. Like it was basically like the amount of calories and everything, the macros, how it worked out for one Oreo was like the equivalent to 2 or 3 double stuffed. It was the most stuffed.
so you can lick for a minute.
Listen, it was to the point where I had like a Facebook thread going and people were like, oh my God, I just saw them at this store here. Like, and then like all the limited, that's how much, like I will be asking people like, hey, have you seen this flavor in your store? Is this one over there? And like people are dropping locations, like they're here, they're there. Like I'm going to go get them. Right. So you can't go from having the most stuffed and then all of a sudden the double stuff is looking like the thin. Like what is this? Is this the like 100 calorie one? We don't want that. Where is the stuffing? Marley brought back, we went trick-or-treating. Love it.
Yeah.
If it's free, it's for me. So we're out. We're on the block. The block was hot with the snacks, okay?
Yeah.
And she opened some double stuffed Oreo. And she's like, Mommy, like, does this? It was like this. It's not even like this. It was like this. Mommy, does this?
When the children
She's
are
like, is this double
talking.
stuff? Like, I was like, no, that's not enough stuff. Like, what? Where is it? Where's the filling? What happened? Is there a shortage? Is it supply chain issues? Is the secret ingredient not available anymore? What happened to the stuff?
Inflation.
Where's the stuff, Nabisco? It's Nabisco, right?
Yeah, Christie's, Nibis.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever it is,
Yeah.
bring the stuff back. We need more stuff in our Oreos. Don't nobody want to eat this dry cookie with no stuff? Ugh.
Listen, do you know how I consume my Oreos? First of all, the first time I ever had Oreos, it was when the Oprah Winfrey Show was playing, and I used to sit after. I used to run home, sprint home. Okay, I'd walk with my best friend. Actually, I'd walk with her, and then I would talk about Oreos, and then I would get home, and Oprah would come on, and I would be sitting there with a row. It was the Costco one, so it was a big box, and I would
The
go
Big
through
Daddy
the
box,
row
yep.
of Oreos and just dip and eat, dip and eat, dip and eat. And then when I grew up, I was like, and I fell in love with peanut butter. I started to realize you can just put the peanut
Spread it
butter
on.
top of the Oreo and dip and eat. So now I'm getting my protein fix. So that is now how I eat Oreos: is I dip them in my MUMGRY self-add, and then I eat them. And so when I saw this, I was really sad for people because I'm like, no more stuff.
It's scamflation. Where is the stuff?
Yeah. So everyone, just so you're clear, this is happening across the board. Many different companies have reduced their number of ingredients. They changed their ingredients to cheaper ingredients. They've also decided to change their branding. So many things are happening. I saw something where there was a salad dressing that had less salad dressing. Like it was at the neck of the bottle. And then
No. So it's like a bag of chips now. Now you're just out here catfishing people. Fill it up. Fill it up. Things are costing more money. So I understand if they're like, I love for like a reduction in ingredients if it means that it's like more healthy ingredients, like you don't have all these nasty like fillers and all those things. Cool. Yeah. But if you're just doing it to scam and I'm getting less stuff, but I'm paying more, that doesn't work for me. No. And especially not for Oreos. I need the stuff. Okay? We need the stuff. Bring the stuff back in.
Bring the stuff back in. So that's our light beef with Oreos. We love you, Oreos.
Weird. This is our Oreo depression. We are upset.
Now we are going to do a very special segment that we introduced last week, which is called Spread a Little Love.
Love it.
And for this segment, we are going to show some love to a person, place, thing. And in this case, we are going to spread a little love back to LA. Really focusing on LA these last weeks, but wanting to highlight Carla's Fresh Market, which is a
fresh market, not just a market, a fresh market. I like it.
Fresh Market, yes. Ariel is the founder of Carla's Fresh Market, and I cannot say enough great things about her. She brought our brand on board when she started off as a online store and has now taken over the most beautiful space, fully designed from the ground up, and it is absolutely beautiful. She stocks predominantly local products as well as Black owned, BIPOC owned brands. And I never knew why it was called Carla's Fresh Market. I actually always thought that she was Carla until one day I got an email and it was Ariel.
And it was not Carla. Yeah.
I was like, it's not Carla. So I went to her Instagram and I read the story that she shared and I absolutely loved it. So this is a little quick blurb on why it's called Carla's Fresh Market. So her very close friend was named Carla, and they met during her time at Savannah College of Art and Design, where they were both pursuing fashion design. She says that Carla was much more talented than her. She said that they had a very sister-friend connection and that Carla really saw her potential. And Carla passed away, unfortunately, during just pre-COVID. And she of course, was devastated. And in those early months of grieving and caring for her own child, one day she was in her backyard having an early bourbon,
Love it.
which I thought was so great. And she heard Carla's voice coming through telling her to get back to work. And so that's when the journey began to opening Carla's Fresh Market. And I just think that's such a beautiful story. And I love the fact that, you know, grieving has been such a huge part of these past few years. And to know that her store was inspired by someone who really believed in her, and that someone who really cared for her, it's just such a great way to honor her life and to keep her name up front. And so if you are in the LA area, or if you're shopping online, but most importantly, if you're in the LA area, please go and visit Carla's Fresh Market. She has an incredible just assortment of offerings, including yours truly, MUMGRY.
Yay!
But we love what she's doing. We love that she is for community and supporting people. And please run out to Carla's Fresh Market in LA. All the info is here, and go check her out. Next, we are going to get into Izzy's pick. What should we be watching? What should we be paying attention to?
Okay, so I have started watching. I binged it to catch up because it's currently like on its first season. It's called The Irrational. It features the actor Jesse L. Martin, who my Law and Order peeps, like if you've been watching Law and Order since like back in the day, you will recognize him. He's been on like SVU. He's been on like the regular one, Criminal Intent, whatever. But he is a like doctor of psychology. He's a professor, and he like studies like irrational behavior, and these law enforcement agencies on the show kind of like contract his character to help solve cases. And he has like a different, like an irrational view of looking at things, you know? It's really good. Like I said, it's the first season. Can't tell you what day of the week it comes on because I've been streaming it on demand. So for like you Americans, it comes on NBC. You can watch it on Peacock. I think it's on Hulu now. If you have cable, you can just find it in your on demand. That's my jam. Okay. It's really good, especially since Law and Order hasn't been back on yet. Like, is everything coming soon? Like, where's the hiatus? Like, it's just, bring the shows back. I understand that the strike is over. Great.
Yes.
We need them to get to work. This is why y'all shouldn't have let them strike in the first place and give them what they wanted to keep it going. But nonetheless, The Irrational. Yeah. What about you?
Say it one more time. Pay them.
Pay them what you will them. Don't act like you forgot.
For me, I have been just binging Selling Sunset. You know me. I love.
Papa Leo's watching Selling Sunset. Like, Tama reeled him in.
I'm gonna call him up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him up. Listen, and spoiler alert, there was a really powerful moment in the show, and you will love this, where for the first time they kind of pitted two Black women up against each other, and I got really uncomfortable. Like, I had a reaction to it where I was like, run it back to the editing room. We're not doing that.
Right.
Today. We are not doing this. But then they reconciled and had this like sister moment where they were like, we've only, you and I, this is what we got. We have to stick together.
Yeah.
Thing. And I was like, okay. Like it was a nice little moment. Like, it was a nice moment in reality TV that I don't think I've really seen on anything.
I definitely haven't seen it because I've been also watching Villains, House of Villains on E. And that's freaking good. Oh my God. It's all of the like most notorious reality TV villains they're in a house and they're playing like for competitions. It's freaking amazing. I'm talking about New York, Tiffany Pollard, HBIC. Yep.
Is this the one with the clip where she's yelling at?
Yes, Omarosa is up in there. You have Shake from Love is Blind. You have the OG villain, the king of sabotage, Johnny Fairplay, who was on Survivor. Okay, so like way back. It's you have Johnny Bananas from like MTV's The Challenge. Like, it's so good. It's really good. Comes on Thursdays. I live for it. You have Tanisha from Bad Girls Club. You know Tanisha Pop It Off with the pants.
Yes.
With the pots and pans.
Do you agree? I'm still hung up on a name that you dropped there. Do you agree that Tiffany walked so Nene could run?
Yes. Well,
because she was first. Give her the flowers.
She was first, but in a different way, I will say. Like, yes, she was first to like reality TV, but I think like the type of like reality TV that they're doing is completely different. And I stand for Nene Leakes. I freaking love Nene. Okay. I can use any one of her famous quotes in any given way, shape, form, time, place, situation. Like, I freaking love Nene. But I do think that, yeah, like New York was one of the first Black reality stars, and she did go on to have multiple shows, and she's on House of Villains. She was on College Hill. Like, she's everywhere. But Nene really set it off for the Housewives franchise. Yeah.
And is she going back, or is she?
Honestly, I don't think she'll ever go back. I would love to see Nene with her own show. Just her own. Just all about Nene. Yeah. Wow. And like to this day, like we bought a house, and when I'm shopping, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, not a white refrigerator, honey. Like, no, like I feel like the stock of like white refrigerators just went down ever since Nene was dogging it on the show. So anyways, Nene Leakes, iconic.
Wow. Iconic. Both of them. Yeah. Tiffany, New York, and
New York is going in. She was
Tiffany's last name.
Pollard.
Right?
Yeah, New York was going in on House of Villains. Like this, the insults I don't know. She's calling people amphibian looking or like reptile looking somebody, like just things that you would never even think of. Like she's gonna just spew the insults. They're amazing.
Well, one day we are going to dissect and analyze why we love that stuff. Why do we love reality sometimes? And then yet we have this, like, we can watch things that are really deep, and then the world is a spectrum.
It is a spectrum.
So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. This is episode 2. Like we said, to run a podcast is a lot of work. Before we get out of here, actually, really fast, I just want to know from you what it takes to run a podcast and what your goals are for this podcast.
Listen, we need to get this podcast to a place where we can have like a whole production, because right now, if you guys were to see, like, it's a shit show in here. I literally have like the only normal thing I have is it's propped up on a computer stand, but I'm talking about my ring light is sitting on top of a box of crayons that's sitting on top of an Amazon box. Like, there is coloring books all over my table right now. The place is just in shambles, but that's not what you see, right? Like, you see this here. We look great. I have on sweatpants, but a nice top. And yeah, it's great.
Listen, so we're going to need a couple things. One, we want a sponsor. I'm not afraid to say
we need coins. We need the coins.
Manifesting. We need coins. We need outfits, because soon it's going to get hard to get on this camera. We're going to have like repeat outfits, or things aren't going to work out. So if there's anyone watching who would like to donate, please feel free to send us a DM or an email. And
don't even slide into the DM. Just dive right in there. Boom, into the inbox. Coming in hot with the coins.
Listen, and then a studio and some makeup artists and some hair. If like, I'll bring the snacks. Like, we don't even need that doesn't need to be taken care of. But that much we need. So if anyone is listening, we are not doing this for fun. We are doing this for more than fun. We are doing this.
We are doing it because it's fun, but we are doing it for more than fun.
More than fun. And so let's keep it a buck, and let's eventually get on tour. I want to go on tour with you and do a whole recording.
Amazing.
Thing. We're being listened to in 8 different countries,
which is amazing in itself. Shout out to all the countries. Next week we need to do a check-in, like.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes. We are going to do that next week. Okay. Look at that. I got lint flying.
It's time.
It's time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay
MUMGRY.